Dirty plot for New York City trip exposed. Harry and Meghan used it to film for Netflix to avoid a financial crisis. Netflix and Spotify are holding knives to the couple's neck. The needle is hidden in the bag finally popped out, which is exactly what Harry and Meghan were uncovered by photos of the conspiracies behind their fake trip to New York. In the latest photos, Harry revealed his secret mic. Narrative wire poking out of Harry's pocket suggests he and Meghan are documenting their New York visit as part of their multi-million-dollar Netflix and Spotify series. They have to do something to justify their Netflix deal, a source revealed. They aren't of any natural interest, so they have to invent some relevance for their non-royal lives. Just a way to have a record of everything they need to pump up their wealth, their importance, and give them all the bits and pieces of everything they said they might need to use against those that do not play into their game. The two books were flops. The Spotify is a non-starter, and the big interview was a laughable pile of lies. But the grifters are still grifting, taping their interactions with vulnerable poor people to make more money later. Horrific grifter of a man, beware, Your Majesty. Hell no doubt has to tape your conversations too. So your kids were recorded for a show. Knew there was something shady about these impromptu visits and Mother Teresa vibes by hugging two kids. Pathetic. You never know when some of the kids might be under Child Protective Services and their covers could be blown. And if they're secretly recording people at these meetings, they've been going to land themselves in hot water. They can be sued in America, and they don't have the firm to protect them anymore. Indeed, according to The Sun, Harry and Meghan need new stories for Harry's book and the next Oprah interview. Both have hidden mic wires, plus new photos to pretend they are still royal while touring New York. And Harry holds his court in the bar last night to school and try and sell Meghan's bench book. Now to the UN for more secrets. Why does she always wear the wrong clothes for her and unsuitable for the occasion or the weather? Harry and Meghan are both sociopathic narcissists, telling poisonous lies, starting untruthful, malicious rumors, and have no principles or morals. They're discredited liars with unbelievably not a shred of compassion, honesty, or shame between them. Plus, this is exactly why none of the estranged family wants to talk to him. His current wife has him collecting information for the next Oprah interview. Imagine all the material he gathered in the UN. And they also have their personal photographer in tow. Nothing is genuine or spontaneous with this pair. Everything is contrived and calculated. Their entire focus is on promoting themselves and making money. Can they record people without permission? Same thing with the school kids. They didn't need consent from parents to photograph. And then they were also recording. Having seen what is obviously a wire and probably a recording system, I would advise all those who meet up with them to watch their words. Be prepared to be sold out and marked. It was obvious from day one that this was the Meghan show with a bit part for Harry. Explains her ridiculous clothing. Is it even legal? Don't people have to be told they're being recorded? It shows what devious, underhanded people they really are. How can anyone ever trust them again? William is right not to trust his brother. Disgusting, disgraceful, and downright unpleasant. These poor kids and their teachers and the USA's dead are all being exploited by this pair of hideous, narcissistic, duplicitous duo. They look ridiculous with their important folders and the must be the laughingstock of the elitist A crowd. Meghan and Harry do not represent anyone but themselves. They chose to be private citizens by stepping away from being working royals. They are now attempting to be royals in the U.S., a country that rid itself of the monarchy 245 years ago. They're profiting from the Royal Association without any right to do so. They were told by the Queen very explicitly not to do so, yet here we are, a faux royal tour, and it boils down to two delusional people wanting to one-up the British royal family because they couldn't accept not being top dogs in the royal hierarchy. This is not the first time. He's good with surreptitiously recording other people for his own purposes, just like Meghan Markle was caught with his own recording devices on her during a conversation with born royals while she was living at Kensington, and taking pictures of the two older Cambridge children and the non-public areas of Buckingham Palace, all without permission. Even the royal staff have to be very careful. A couple of months ago, H&M's mouthpiece Omid is on TV and made something, likely a compliment to him from the royal staff, to sound like a different kind of comment. Be very careful with them. They're people. They're manipulators. That's how they roll. Therefore, they cannot be trusted. If this is really what they're up to, then it just confirms what an insincere, disingenuous pair they really are. Let's pretend that we care, because 1, it makes us look really good, and people will like us, and 2, it will also make us some money. Plus, we get lots of people kissing our backsides and tugging their forelocks, which makes us look really lofty and important. They're conducting themselves as if they're carrying out a royal tour, except they represent no one but themselves. They have no diplomatic or official status whatsoever. They are celebs with titles who recently started a foundation. Nothing more. What is even more unbelievable is that New York City and state officials are cooperating in this charade, as are UN officials, rolling out the red carpet and giving access to schools, over top of the police protection and security. The pantomime at the World Trade Center was ridiculous. This is a big part of why they're being treated like our tax dollars are being used for their security on this visit. And Harry and Meghan pretty much got what they wanted, half in, half out, until they're cut off and it's been made clear that the public will continue to act as royals, and some people will even fawn over them. I'm sorry to say the royal family is continuing to coddle and pander to Harry, which is a large part of his problem. He is childish, entitled, arrogant, and has never been made to face the consequences of his actions. Harry and Meghan are working hard for the money. They didn't find freedom. They found jobs as propaganda pushers for big tech. I had to laugh when I saw that video of Meghan Markle walking as if she were the president of the U.S. What a fool. She's like a child playing grown-up. The real grown-ups indulge her fantasy because they know she's not mentally equipped to deal with reality. Poor Harry, what has she done to him? She was a B, maybe D-list actress at best, and it was nothing memorable. She'd studied up on old Harry and hit him like a ton of bricks. Kate is the best thing that ever happened to that family in over 25 years. She's elegant, stunning, smart, educated, they can be different, and a step up for William. Meghan is one of the worst things that has happened to that family in over 25 years. She's taken Prince Harry away from his country, his family, his birthright, his home. I know he has $1 zillion one now. Meg and her mom have schemed about this for years. She had posters of him in her bedroom as a kid. She failed miserably at being in that family because she was born and bred in, like Diana and Kate, from her very wealthy family, who are still lovely, by the way. Case in point, she's running around New York, still very warm there, in cashmere, very inappropriate for the weather. Clothes, jewelry are worth over $750,000 to show off the new and improved Meg. So very sad and so very worrying that Harry decided to marry someone who is hell-bent on bringing out the worst in him, solely for her own selfish greed and hypocrisy. In short, in such a short time, it has turned against him all his family and friends, just like she's done with her own family, making him just as narcissistic as her. Hope they both realize that they will never be welcomed back here in the UK by the public ever again after this chaos and embarrassment that they've thrown at the Queen and the royal family. And you, what do you think about them? Let us know your opinion below in the comments, and we'll also talk about this couple. Please like and share my video with anyone who needs it anytime you want, if you think it's useful. And don't forget to subscribe to